So this guy's actually been in my DMs a couple of times.
Oh, he was in your DMs as well?
Yeah, he's been in my DMs. I just aired it because obviously I was in a relationship. I can't date multiple people as much as I thought I could. It's really hard.
It's actually hard.
It's hard. I don't know how these boys do it.
Honestly, because it's like, okay, if I vibed with you and I like you, why am I going to now go on a date with someone else like them and vibe with them? So if you was to be like, Adeola, be my girlfriend or marry me, I'm sorry, I'll be scared because then I'll be thinking, oh my God, is this my life? You still have to work on this. You need to do this better.
Exactly.
And this is not making me happy. So low-key, it's not what I want.
Yeah, you're setting yourself up for disappointment.
Yeah. I think he said a bit in the video like, oh, now coming out of the relationship, he never loved her. And it's just like, you were married for 12 years or however long they were, and now you want to come on public internet to be like...
One Extra presents Pressed.
Hi guys, it's your girl Adeola Patronne. You know the vibes already.
Hey guys, it's me, Mariam Musa, your Miss Unproblematic, and welcome back to our amazing podcast, Pressed.
Yes.
Woo. How are you?
I'm good, my darling. How are you?
I'm feel good, mellow, chill. Like I feel like we're gonna have a good deep conversation. I've got my blazer on, ready to just talk serious stuff.
What would you like to talk about?
I feel like we should talk about how we kind of swap roles. Talk about how, guys, it's been 9 months since I've been single. Like really,
we should do single diaries.
Yes,
single diaries.
Single diaries. Like what I've been
Their
doing.
diary.
Okay, start.
Their diary. It has been. How long have I been single now?
Like since your last relationship?
Since my last relationship.
Single.
Yeah, single. But obviously I've dated people throughout the years.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in my bag where I do like someone.
Okay. I've met this someone as well.
Yeah, I do like them. And like, I guess that I'm in my era where, you know, like you're talking to someone, but you're not in a committed relationship. But your actions, what I do is slowly in the back of my, like their consideration is slowly in the back of my head. And
do you feel like it's on the road to like, okay, this is probably going to be my guy, like I like this person? Because you're saying you like them, but is it like, okay, this is going to go there?
Either or. Like I feel like it could be like, it could go there, but then I guess that's with anything.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know, babe. I'm not putting no pressure, but low key.
She's in her lover girl era, low key.
What about you though, babe?
Dear diary. No, dear diary. So I've been single now for about 9 months. Like I've been really enjoying it. Like I feel like I've been like really living life. I've been traveling, and I think it's been nice not having that. Like I can just do me and not have to worry about someone else.
Yeah.
And I don't have to it's just nice to not think about someone else. In between those 9 months, I've had one date. Yeah, I've literally been on one.
Who was that with?
That guy.
What guy?
The group date.
The group?
Yeah, I haven't actually, but you know about the other situation, but that's, you know, whatever. But actually dating.
That was a date though, the other situation. Sorry guys, I'm trying to low-key get the tea out of Maz. Obviously I know the tea, but I want to see how far she's trying to go with the peaches. It has been a while though.
Yeah.
So Maz did get flued out by someone that was interested in her.
Yeah.
That kind of was like a set-up situation. Like he went through a friend to say that he was feeding you.
Yeah,
found out you were single.
So this guy's actually been in my DMs a couple of times.
Oh, he was in your DMs as well?
Yeah, he's been in my DMs. I just aired it because obviously I was in a relationship. And then I think the setup with my friend was like, she called me and was like, Maz, are you single? Because at that point, no one really knew what I was going through. Like, they didn't know, not many people knew. I was like, I actually am single. And, you know, when you're not trying to meet anyone, I was in the middle of recording. Like, I was such an, like, content vibe.
I think you was at that point where it's like, am I really going to go back to my ex? But you knew you was going to be single, but it was still low-key, like, could it still work?
We could go back. Like, I'm in a period where, okay, let me just have a moment of me.
Because it's like, you know, at that point, like, if you tell everyone you're single, then to go back to the person, it's like, it's long. So I feel like you hadn't really told everyone, but the people inside who knew, knew.
Yeah, so at that period of my relationship, I had 2 breakups. Do you remember I had break, and then my final breakup was... now it's been 9 months, but obviously that situation was even before we broke up.
Yeah, babe, I feel like you should really give them the rundown a little bit, like,
okay, cool,
because you did come on the pod and you was like you were single, and then like you done the little Valentine thing, and then people replied to you and was like, babe, I thought you were single.
Yeah.
And then you deleted it.
I'm sorry, keep you guys on your tiptoes.
Okay, so you
let
go
me
for
give
it.
Okay, cool. So you lot know I've had like a private long-term relationship. It's been about 3 years. There was a period where we had a break, and during that break was when I was thinking, okay, I will probably get back with him, but I just need to kind of do me for the time being, like just focus on me. And whilst I was in that break, no one really knew. And then one of my friends asked me, like, oh, Maz, are you single? And I was like, okay, yeah, I am single. And she said, okay, my friend's really into you, like, he's really feeling you, like, just do it. So I was thinking, but I'm not there yet, like. And she was like, he's rich, he's this, he's that. Like, that's just how my friend is. So I was like, okay, cool, let me just give it a chance, kind of thing. And then set up, we both proper got on so well. Like, guys, I did really like this guy, I can't lie. Like, he made me laugh. Like, we just got on so well. And then he flew me out. He flew me out to a different country because he doesn't live in the UK.
What was that experience like?
I just couldn't believe I was being that girl. I was like, I don't even know you like that.
Yeah, like, so it was your first time literally seeing him face to face.
Yeah,
and
like, we were
FaceTiming
FaceTiming
in his country.
Yeah, like, and it was like a couple of days. Babe, it was after Pressed.
Oh, yeah.
It was like after Press, and I just drove my little car, packed my stuff, and I went. Like, guys, I just lived.
Yeah, Maz, she's for the vibes. Like, I really love that about you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
So then what was the experience like?
It was really good. Like, we just got, like, how we were on FaceTime was exactly how we were face to face. And he was just a lovely guy. Like, I can't complain about that experience at all. But when I got back, I kind of started noticing there was a shift. Yeah. And you know when you're not even... And what really annoyed me about that situation was I wasn't interested in this guy, like, at all.
Like, you really came to look for me?
Like, and you're not that you're handsome, but I just not even trying to be in those kind of environments like that. So I wasn't trying it. And as soon as you always like them, that's when they just fix up, like switch up, and I don't get it. So when I got back, I kind of noticed a shift in energy. So obviously this one I confided in you, Adeola, and Adeola was like, Maz, you need to like tell him, because he just kept moving.
He was gaslighting her.
Yeah, and he would just kind of just leave me hanging. And it's like, just I'm a communication person. Something about me is like, if there's a problem, let's talk about it. If you're feeling some kind of way, let's talk about it. Like, leaving me like in the air I'm an overthinker, so all of that I'm just thinking, oh my god, and I will overcompensate, thinking, am I not doing enough, or blah blah blah. So that was really like upsetting for me. Like, guys, there was one night, I'm so embarrassed, like, I stayed up because I was thinking, I couldn't sleep because I just felt like, what the...
Trust me, I get it.
Like, I couldn't sleep, like,
because especially when the switch up doesn't make sense, like, you've just had a good time, and then I guess especially coming out of a relationship,
I'm so used to
having that person, like, we could talk, and then now all of a sudden, so what was his switch up, would you say? He
started to kind of, he wouldn't, you just know, like, he
wasn't calling as much as he was.
Yeah, he would say he would and he wouldn't. The conversation was like, I was trying more, I was being more playful with the chat, and he wasn't. And then when
you would ask him, like, oh, is everything
right?
Okay, he'll make it seem like, I've just been busy, or like, oh I've had family over.
And my fact, like, I think obviously I've had the trip, like, nothing's happened, by the way. I think maybe people might think...
she didn't free up the
No, nothing like that. No, it was actually a really good, wholesome trip. Like,
just a nice little cheesy kiss.
Yeah, cheesy, nice kiss, but nothing further than that. So that's
I know some people will be like, is it because you freed up?
Yeah, no, nothing like that. So that's why I was way more confused, and that's why I think it hurt more, because I was just like, but I've actually just been exactly the same. So what is the switch up? So this, when I like told Adeola, I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't want to do too much, but I actually like this guy now. Like, so it's a bit like, what do I do? Yeah. And then Adeola, it's not like Adeola, like, she makes me kind of like stand my ground. Like, don't let me say for idiot. So I ended up asking him, like, what's going on? Like, if you're not about it, you're not about it. Because to be honest, like, as much as like I'm single now, I do like being in a relationship. I don't think any girl doesn't like being in a relationship. Like, I do love that, especially when I find someone
that you really get on with and have a good time
I go into every situation with like genuine, pure intentions. With me, what you see is exactly what you get. So it always so sad when it's like, you're fake, like, you're not that person. Like,
why are you not real?
Yeah, so it was really helpful. And then so I kind of told him like about himself a bit, and then just after that it just kind of died down, and I was actually upset with that one, because I actually really liked him. Like, I to this day I just think I don't actually know what went left.
Yeah, same.
Even she said same.
I think, but that's just
those guys
with
like
the dating scene. It's just
yeah,
weird
like
that.
I never really understood it. You know, when I was in a relationship and they're like, it's the ghetto, it's horrible. I get it. It is. You don't even get past. You don't even get to a good stage. You have like maybe like 5 minutes of just thinking this is going to be good, and out of nowhere.
It's not funny, but I think obviously now that Maz is single and I have been single and I am single, we have like different traits.
Yes.
So like Maz will come to me for, not when they're like moving mad, but it's kind of like just to give her that extra oomph. Like,
yeah, like should I react or should I not react to this? Because I would just kind of like, oh, it's okay, cool, I understand, rather than not clocking no, Maz, he's taking you for an idiot.
Yeah.
So
so I'll be like the stern friend. I just give her that. I'll hold her back a little bit up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm holding her back. Like, you go, girl.
Tell him.
You tell him how he's doing you wrong.
Yeah.
And then like I will go to Maz because Maz is really like a lover girl, soft. So sometimes that when I'm like, Maz.
Yeah, when you're about to switch, I have to read her message. Like, I'm like, okay, let me tell you that's too rude. Or if it's like, I have to like make sure that, okay, yeah, that one's a bit disrespectful of me.
Yeah, and she'll give me advice on like
how to
spice
it up. Because let me tell you guys, when you've been in a relationship for so long, like you know anyways, like you get comfortable with a partner, you hear what your partner says, like a man likes and stuff like that. So I just like, oh Maz, I want to do this. I'm like, do it. Like I always want you to kind of embrace your sexiness and control it and let him like look at you like, whoa, like she can be like this just for me, because it's like you're only doing that for him. So that's like I always want Adeola to make that man feel like special, like let him know like what he's coming home to and there's nothing out there. Look at
and
me.
I want Maz to be like, I'm not a dickhead. Like there's only one Maz. Don't think like this nice persona makes me a yes man and like you could tell me something and I'll just be like okay, and I won't question it. So.
Oh, I love that. But we had the situation where, so basically, guys, so we're in another situation right now. So she's helped me with that one. That one didn't end well, whatever. So there's a new one now. So this is my first date. Like, this is my first actual, okay, I'm going on a date with this person, with someone new. So got on this date, really got on with them, and I'm only going to focus on the person in the current situation. Like, this is who you are, focus on it. Really good energy. I'm such an energy person. And obviously I told Adeola who the person was. And what did you say?
I was just like, oh yeah, he's cute, but babe, just be careful.
Yeah.
Like he's had da.
Yeah.
Just so you're aware.
Yeah. So I think that was really good, because I'll literally will just go in like not thinking about that and just think about because like I said, I go into things like I am how I am, so I expect that energy back. So so right now with the dating currently, I don't know, I just think dating's hard. Like,
what are you finding hard?
I feel like I'm a communication person, so, and I'm like that with my friends.
So have you guys, okay, so let's say the current person now who you're dating, have you had any bumps of communication yet?
Yeah.
What was it about?
Like I've just felt that there's been a lack of communication, but they've just told me why, and I'm like, okay, cool, like that's fine.
Okay.
But that's really making me think, for what you said, like maybe it's a bit like
we can't see. By the way, she's rolling her eyes.
Guys, I'm rolling my eyes. I would naturally just be like, okay, cool, like I get it, like whatever. But then at the same time, a bit like, actually,
so I feel like, babe, this is what happens. I feel like this is what happens, and then it's like,
how can you go so well?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because Maz, you're like a in the moment that you take it as face value.
Yeah, that's
whatever you say to me at that time, I will take you as you are.
Yeah.
Because whatever you're saying, that's your truth.
Yeah.
You're not trying to play any games.
No.
This is who I am.
I don't play games with dating.
Literally,
I don't like that.
I think because for me, not because I've been single for so long, but it's just like I've just seen all these different kind of guys. So it's like, don't get, like, I want you to enjoy yourself and be good, but because I know you love hard, I just don't want you to expect the world and then just kind of stay on your toes a little bit.
Yeah, like,
does that make sense?
I'm definitely staying on my toes a lot more, because I don't know, I just feel like how do you explain it? It's like, why did all I want is a good guy? Like,
but then I think it shouldn't be that hard either. Like, why does everything have to be like not a game, but it shouldn't have to be like
and especially when it's like you came into my space. Like, I'm not some. Especially when it's like I'm not really, how to explain it. All my exes have been like low key. Like I've known them for years. Like I don't really jab into that kind of thing. So it's like, don't come into my bubble, especially because my bubble, I'm so happy, go lucky, and I just love. Don't now stain it and make, because I'm an overthinker and I'm really caring, and I don't, when I really like someone, I just don't want to like the wrong person. Yeah, because then you're just in the, it's like, I'm really chaotic. Don't now make it more chaotic. So yeah, so at the moment, like this has been like the first experience of like maybe just dating, because before I haven't been dating. Like I had that one. This is what I mean. Like once I speak to someone, once I speak to someone, it ends up, I like you, and then it ends up just going somewhere. I don't just I can't date multiple people as much as I thought I could. It's really hard.
It's actually hard.
It's hard. I don't know how these boys do it.
Honestly, because it's like, okay, if I vibed with you and I like you, why am I gonna now go on a date with someone else like them and vibe with them? But I guess that's how you're supposed to do it. But I've never dated like that person.
Same. It's like usually once I just vibe with you, I vibe with you, and especially the conversations we're having. Like I don't just have these. I don't just have these conversations with anyone. So you kind of just see it going somewhere. And then when the switch up, and I always feel like the switch up always comes from them. And as soon as you start showing you,
and then
them,
it's like and then they start rubbing energy off on you, and then you also then start putting a certain energy out, and it's like, sometimes I have to like, hold on, this is not even me. Like, why should I have to match your shit energy? Yeah. When this is not me.
Exactly. Like, I'm just, anyways, I feel like we'll see what happens. Like, sometimes we're literally talking about this outside. Sometimes I feel like that's why maybe I always go backwards. Sometimes.
Backwards how?
Like, in the sense of maybe it's easy for me to go back to something I already know, because it's that security a little bit, like.
But don't you feel like if you go back to something you already know, like, don't you feel like, well, there was a reason why it didn't work out at the time?
Yeah. It's comfortability though, isn't it? And that, like, whilst I've been in this 9 months of like, I haven't actually dated, like I said, it was that one and then this one, but now I've been in it, it's so, I don't like how it makes me feel. Like I didn't like.
But this is the tricky bit. This is where I feel like sometimes when people are single and you think you've healed and you think you found self-worth,
like I'm ready now.
When someone comes in and like challenges it a bit, it's like you kind of have to change your mindset. Okay, cool. It didn't work out with you and that's fine. And I'm not going to settle for you. I'm happy to move on.
Walk away.
But then sometimes where you think you've healed, sometimes it can rock you a little bit and you're like, you panic and you're like, oh my gosh, is it me? Am I never going to find someone? And then you low-key go backwards because of the fear of what else is out there moving forward.
Yeah, because it's like, sometimes it's like, at least the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. Yeah. And I think, like, I always say, like, falling in love is so vulnerable. Like, it's such a risky thing. And, like, especially when you're someone that really wants to fall in. I just want to meet my person, like, have fun, like, grow old, and that's it. And I just find it, I think, like, being in a dating scene, it's like, there's really not much, like.
Babe, no, there isn't. I can't even, like. Babe, I cannot, like, oh my gosh, even the other day, our gossip site posted me because I made a tweet about, I can't believe people are still doing balloons in 2023.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Nothing to do with anything, babe. Why did someone at me? Because they at me, it came into my notifications. There was like, I can't believe in 2023 you're still single. Babe, what was the correlation?
What was the correlation? But what is out there? Like, I don't think people want to be in a relationship. Like, I don't. There's too much option.
Yeah.
Like, why are you single? Because, like, what, babe? You like? Do you want to be single?
No, like exactly. I don't want to be single, but I would rather be happy. Like, I want to be. What I want to be is happy.
Exactly, same.
Like, I don't want to be in a situation just for the sake of saying
having someone.
I have someone, guys. Now look, I've finally not
settled,
single.
Yeah,
because I feel like anyone could really do that.
Yeah,
but it's value and the quality over just being like, now I'm in another relationship because that one didn't work and then that one didn't work. Yeah,
and I think that's why I think I'm very proud of myself that it has actually been 9 months. Like, and I think because it was such a long, like, when I think of,
because low key,
tell me,
when you came out of the other relationship, your relationship that you just came out of was someone that you was with before.
Yeah, so it wasn't even a completely new person. I literally went back to another person. And do you know what's so... Guys, I'm spilling the tea. Do you know what's so mad? I was even weighing out, do I go back to my first ex or my other ex?
And what made you... Why was you weighing it out? Like, because obviously I didn't know you them times. So what was it at the time that was going through your head that was you were thinking, should I go back to this ex or that ex?
I was weighing out like...
Like, did something happen that triggered you that made you feel like, oh, do you know what? I kind of just want someone. Or... I don't know. I just don't think there's... Okay, let me really think about this. So, in that moment, I think... Okay, in that moment, I think it was like, I just don't... I did date. Okay, this is what happens. I date one person, I run back. Is it? I went on a date and I said, F this. And then I said, I ran back. And I was like, at least I know. Like, it's like the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. Because I went on this date with this guy and I was just thinking, is this what it is? And then even after when I was flown out, guys, oh my God. I went back. Because after that, I said, no, I don't like this. Let me go back to that.
Let me go back. I didn't like this. It's not me. Like, I don't like not feeling secure, and then I don't like just having the rug pulled underneath my feet. And all the guys of date, I feel like I've had that, and it's like, at least with these lot, they ain't going nowhere. But obviously I've had they're good relationships, but I don't know. I love hard, so it's like when I like someone and then they just kind of switch and they move mad, it really does affect me. Like, I just think, what's wrong with me?
Oh, babe.
Don't make me cry.
Babe, there's nothing. But see, that's the mentality though. Like, you have to not, because what's wrong with them? And look, and even like, so, when I was thinking about it the other day, the guys that I have dated previously and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
And then I just think, I look at them now and it's like, you're still even doing the same shit.
Yeah, like,
so
you
it's
haven't
like,
even
it's not like I've seen them and it's like, oh my God, he's engaged now. Or like, oh my God, he's married now. So low-key, I think, really and truly, if I was still just going back and forth with you, it would have just been, I wouldn't have been happy. So then it just makes me think it's actually not me.
Yeah, babe.
There's clearly...
It's definitely them, because like it's taken me a while to really understand that I love the fact of how I am. Like, that's why people like me.
Literally, and they get drawn to you. Yeah. And sometimes, I feel like sometimes these guys might peep, they're not ready for it and they don't know how to have that conversation. Yeah. And they just think, okay, she's a really... Some guys could just stop talking to you because you're actually a good person.
Yeah.
And they know that they're not ready for that.
For a good person. So I think I see it like that. Like, there's nothing wrong with me.
Because they don't have anything bad to say about you.
No, I've never had anything bad. Like, even after. It's never been bad. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes it does make you question, like, do I need to change? Like, is it because I'm too nice? Because sometimes I hear that, oh, Maz, you're too nice. And it's like, I can't help it.
Yeah, no, but I do feel like you
But that's why I like being around you, because I feel like you help me kind of boundaries and like, Maz, you don't have to always be nice to people, like, go out your way. So, yeah, I like that.
That is really sad. But I do think, though, like, being single, though, you do go through those moments where you're like, oh my gosh, like, what's wrong with me?
Have you ever felt like,
Oh, yeah, I had a point when I went with Olivia.
It's hard for me to ever imagine you question yourself. You're
babe,
sure of yourself.
No, there was a point when I was like, I spoke to Olivia, my best friend, and I was like, okay, like, what is actually, like, I just felt like, why does it get to, babe, you're going to make me cry. Stop making me cry. It's like, why does it get to a certain point and then it just doesn't work? So then you do have not that you do, but it's like you have a moment that's like, okay, maybe I'm the problem. Like, is there something wrong with me or what is happening?
And do you know what? I feel like with you as well, it's like for you to even let your guard down, it takes a lot. So for you to get me to actually let my guard down and then switch up, it must just think, like, I even was protecting my heart, like, and for you to break it, like, it's hot, babe.
But then Olivia said this thing to me and she was like, okay, it didn't work out, but what is it, like, obviously the person at the time, what is it you actually like about him and what has he actually done to make you feel secure and feel like happy with him? And then sometimes I think, again, it's more the potential you see in that person. You know, because when you really sit back and think, yeah, but babe, he does this, like, is he really the man? Let's say he was to say to me tomorrow, Adeola, I want to be in a relationship with you. Would you even want that? No, I wouldn't, because I would only want the relationship if all these things were to change.
Oh my God.
And it hasn't. Fair enough, like, you think when we're in a relationship, all these things will change, but no, you should be enjoying the things now. That's what makes you want to be in the relationship. So if you was to be like, Adeola, be my girlfriend or marry me, I'm sorry, I'll be scared because then I'll be thinking, oh my God, is this my life? You still have to work on this. You need to do this better.
Exactly.
And this is not making me happy. So low key, it's not what I want.
Yeah, you're setting yourself up for disappointment.
Yeah.
It's just setting yourself up. So maybe I need a bit more time then to...
Yeah, or just meet someone that actually does all these things that you want to be in the relationship with who they are now, rather than...
the potential.
Yeah, because obviously everyone has stuff they need to work on, but sometimes it's just like... it shouldn't be this hard.
Yeah, like, especially when it's so...
I shouldn't have to change your whole person.
Yeah, and also I don't like... that. It makes me think, why is this person affecting you? Yeah. Like, I don't like that, because I'm like, who are you?
Yeah.
Like, who are you and who am I? Like, that's how...
Babe.
Like, who am I? And it's like, why am I even letting you affect me like this?
Literally.
Like,
and I was saying... and then Olivia was like, exactly. And then she was like, let's say you do have an argument with whoever you're talking to and, you know, you're clashing. And, you know, when you're going through that period where it's like, it's going downhill, like you're about to go your separate ways. It's like, sometimes when they will say things about me, it's not that I'm ignorant to it. Yeah. And it's like, I like you enough or I care about you enough to hear what you're saying about me and I'm willing to make that change. So it's like, sometimes I feel like guys don't want to do the self-work or they don't want to change. And it's like... yeah. And that's fine. Yeah. Maybe you don't want to change it for me or you're not ready or whatever it is. It's got nothing to do with me. Yeah. It's really just where you're at now. It's just not working. Yeah. And that's fine. So this person, I feel like he's the first different person out of everyone out of the pool that I've dated before. Yeah, that's very true. I feel like I would be... maybe I could still attract more people like him and even better to get me to a place now that, okay, I have developed as a person, more secure as a person to the point that, like, I could also be open to dating other people. Yeah. That are of a different caliber of man, if that makes sense.
But do you think... okay, you see how we were talking earlier, how you're more inviting now, you're more... yeah. Do you feel like that is what you're doing differently to attract... Yeah, because... yeah.
Yeah, I think more inviting. Because the guys that I dated before, low-key, how did I even meet them? Oh, they was kind of all just the same superficial men. Yeah, they were just all superficial men. Yeah. So now it's like there's more depth in who they are. Yeah. So,
see, I feel like my last partner wasn't superficial and there was more depth. However, I feel like there was things that were lacking that made me so happy that I wanted. Yeah. And then I think now I'm just gone completely left with the caliber I'm freaking going for now. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore.
Do you feel like there's things that you feel like you need to work on when you look back on your track record kind of thing?
Yeah, I think... yeah, I feel like I should just stop thinking everyone's like me. Like, as in, just because I have good intentions, I need to definitely be a bit more like, Yeah, like, I need to be a bit more like,
Guess we'll see on the next episode of Diaries.
And on that note, let's see what's on the hotline.
Hey Peaches, so if you're enjoying this episode, you already know you can listen to this on BBC Sounds with a new episode out every Friday. Now, let's get back to the video. This is the press hotline. So we have the first hotliner, anonymous things. So it's quite a long one. So Peaches, let's sit back and enjoy the ride. Hey, I don't really wish to send a voice note. However, I do want to state something in regards to the episode about side chick. I have reflected upon this matter and I do not think I was the side chick per se. However, I was sleeping with a guy who was in a relationship. I believe he was either traditional engaged or just boyfriend and girlfriend status. I have reflected upon that time in my life and I am not using it as an excuse when I say the following. I was suffering from very low self-esteem as a result of being bullied in high school. I had at least one guy in my high school mock me and call me ugly. I do believe it must have affected me, and to add onto that, my relationship with my mum and the whole household dynamic was very damaging and very draining. I do think part of me felt guilty, ashamed and embarrassed, like, wow, you were out here sleeping with someone's man. But also, I then wondered if the girl was aware and just tolerated his behaviour because she too suffered from some sort of lack of self-love like myself.
I often ask the guy if he has a whole girl at home, why is he engaging in such activities? Why wouldn't he just be faithful to the partner he had? His answer was often his father had multiple women or wives. In terms of the guy not keeping it real with their intentions recently, I've had someone whom I thought was my partner pretty much tell me I was just a nut, which he regrets.
A nut?
A nut? Like when they nut.
A nut.
When they...
Yeah, when they come.
Is he rude?
Babe.
These boys, oh my God. These boys are so... they're just getting worse and worse and worse. Like, which he regrets, and that almost 3 years with me was hell, that he wished he was still with his girlfriend. The dude would often state that he saw it as a long term and that ideally he would like children and maybe marriage too, and that he wasn't here to waste his time as well as my time or hurt me. However, I do want to draw some positivity into this. There's this guy who actually keeping it real with their intentions and really do truly walk by their intentions. I think there's just a handful of bad fruits that's taken over, that's all. I feel for her, like she, you know, when you're just gone through so much, she just wants to find someone, like she genuinely like... No, we're not born in this world to be alone. Like, that's why there's more of us, because you meant to like multiply. Like, you can't multiply by yourself. You're meant to find someone, have sex, and keep it going. And yeah, being lonely is depression. Is an illness. Like, it's not an illness, but it's a depression. Like when I'm alone, I don't like it sometimes.
But sleeping with someone that has a fully has a girlfriend does make you a side chick.
And she said that she's ashamed, like she's reflecting on it.
Yeah.
So she doesn't feel like she is, but you think she, like.
No, I mean that is what a side you were, the girl on the side,
because he didn't claim
with someone. He's not hiding the fact he has a girlfriend.
Yeah, that's the difference.
You know that he
willingly.
has a girlfriend, and you're still continuing it on. So you are a side chick.
But she reflected saying that she knows why it comes from. That's really sad. The nut one was that was wild. Really, but boys really separate that. I can't just. I must like
I was even
you.
asking a guy the other day, do you feel like you can separate? And he was like, yeah, I can separate it. And you know what? Boys can act. Men, I'll say whatever.
Don't say good on men. Good on boys.
They can act however they want. Like, they can be in these streets doing a madness, but they will still be very much judgmental on a girl that
they want to take home.
Yeah, so it's like,
it's crazy.
I feel like if you genuinely know that you're someone that's looking for love, to kind of like entertain these kind of behaviors, you're kind of setting yourself up. Yeah,
I agree. And she kind of accepted the situation.
But then I did see this tweet that was like, you can't use your trauma as an excuse.
No, you can't. It plays a part, which it does.
And I guess now that you're aware, it really depends on like how you want to. Do you want to heal and actually move on
and break the cycle?
Literally break the cycle.
You have to break the cycle,
or you could just keep using it as an excuse, and you'll just keep recycling.
Because don't you think sometimes when you this is my fear of like when you probably used to do the same thing over and over again. Maybe she probably thinks, or some people think like, maybe you'll get me, rather than thinking, no, I actually need to like break this and realize that I'm the like my actions is causing me to have the same results over and over again. Boy, we've had a deep chat, but we're very we're so happy that you've known that there's like you understand your trauma. Do you
feel like there's traits from maybe that you've gone through that you kind of have spotted that plays out in how you interact with people or relationships?
It's so weird because when I start dating, I really give that. Okay, like I'm very like I'm cute and whatever, like how I am normally, but I'm still very standoffish, like in the sense of not letting him know that I actually like him. Like I'd have like natural getting to know someone conversations because I'm naturally friendly, so it wouldn't be past that. So I'm always hearing them saying all these sweet things and I'm not saying it back. I'm like, like that. So I don't actually know, like, I don't know, because I feel like I do that though. So I don't do what? Like, I don't start off like, obviously situations always just switch and then it's like, that makes me retract to go back to something that I'm comfortable with.
So you don't feel like you've had any maybe like childhood trauma that affects how you are in a relation or your behaviours in a relationship?
I've grown up in like a 2-parent household, like very much like, majority of it was happiness, so that's all I want, like my person. And I don't know, I really loved my Dizzy then. Like,
I don't even feel like sometimes because for me, for example,
like what do you think?
in school I didn't really date, and that was because the vibes that I was getting from the guys, they were not attracted to me.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like that has kind of rubbed off on how I am as an adult.
Okay.
I'm just so used to not going out of my way to like be like I can be single and be calm, or like I can like a guy and just be calm, not to like I'm just like vibing because I'm just so used, well not so used to, but when I was younger it was like I wasn't really anyone's type. No one would really come out of their way for me. So it's like, I guess that nonchalant energy has probably made me how I am as an adult.
Okay.
Whereas, you know, some girls like where they was getting attention from young, they're just used to this. Being, like, I guess like sometimes how you interacted with men as a like during your growing up days can kind of affect how you interact with men as an adult.
And I feel like it kind of goes back to how it was for us at school. Like when you think about it, colorism and stuff like that, it was very highlighted for us. But I would say that from my childhood, school was hard because I went to all white school, so it was bullying at some point. But I think college, when it was a bit more like calm, I was dating more in college. So I had the privilege where it wasn't that hard.
Wow. So I didn't date at all in school.
Right, but I didn't date like that in school. But that boy, the one that I was so in love with, my first ever boyfriend, I went to because I went to a white school, so I went to a party and it was like us lot, it was a lit party, and that was the first time in that environment I had attention. It was nice. And then and that's the only guy I dated, so that's calm. And then when I went to college, it was a mixture, and then college when I was really dating, and I didn't have that much of an issue having and like guys talk to me. So maybe that's why it's easier for me to be like free and open, whilst obviously it's a bit different for you. So that's why you're a bit more like, I'm not expecting. Yeah. Oh wow.
That's interesting.
It's time for Madness with Maz.
I feel like this episode has been so deep, like really diving into relationships. But on to Madness with Maz, guys, because there's been quite a number of madnesses, but this one is a good one because you have been not part of this, but you got an insight of this. Yeah. So Dainá and her ex-partner have kind of been going back and forth recently because he's responded to the fact that, you know, well, he deleted all her YouTube videos. Yeah. And now he's kind of responding. He done a video kind of explaining.
This is like his first response to, I guess, everything.
Everything. And I mean, when I see guys do response, I kind of just scroll like, I can't be asked. What did you get from? Because obviously you've talked to Dainá.
So we had Dainá I wasn't there. On here, and lovely girl, like the conversation.
Very open, honest.
Yeah, very deep situation. And I think for me, this is my personal opinion now. Yeah. When I saw his response, I kind of low-key felt like this could be kept in the draft. Yeah. Because, I mean, like, he deleted her YouTube videos, and like his response was like, he deleted the YouTube videos because you're talking about me. Okay. And I even asked one of my friends, was it you that I asked that? Let's say you had a public relationship and...
Can I tell my response?
Yeah, you can say your response. So if you had a public relationship and you realised you still had access to the videos and they'd been talking about you in the videos, like you done this, you done that, I guess it doesn't really paint you in the most positive light, and you could delete the videos, would you?
I think, okay, first of all, I've actually been in a public relationship and I've had that kind of little drama. So
let's say that drama you went through, and then let's say he done a video talking about you, or like, I think you said the girl responded or something. Yeah. Let's say you had access to, he was like, oh my God, like I could actually delete this. Yeah. Would you have deleted it?
I think I would have if it was constant videos. If it's the one, you know, you do the one video and you say your side of the story, all right, cool, like whatever, I could probably ignore it, deal with the hate, maybe come back with my side and call it a day. But if it's a thing where it's like a lot, I think I would be like, I'll delete it. Like, you're doing too much now. Like that's just me personally. But I understand because she's hurt. Like she's been through a lot and capitalized with it. Like the hell. Like after everything I've been through. But genuinely, like if it was me and I saw all of it, I'd be like, damn, deleting that. Like it's like it's much now. Like you've said what you've wanted to say.
And that's how I would react. She even acknowledged it because she addressed it. She was like, okay, cool, fair enough if it was the videos of you. Like, she was like, I could see why you would do that.
Yeah.
But he had even deleted videos that she wasn't even talking about him.
Oh, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, it was everything.
Yeah, because
if it was just the art.
But in his response, he tried to make it seem like it was just those videos. But she was like, but no, there was this vlog and this vlog. Okay,
that's taking it too far. Okay. If it's just literally you, like, airing out a dirty laundry, like, and it's back to back, and I can't, like,
understand.
Yeah, I could do it. But all the other stuff that's been a bit petty, especially if I'm in the wrong as well. Like, there's certain things, if you've done something wrong to someone, you have to just take it. Like, this is my comeuppance, this is my karma for it. You can't now try and go back and forth with someone, you've done them harm. Come on.
I think.
What would you do? You would.
I think, if I had access to just because of how I am, I think my natural, I'll just be like, let me delete it.
Yeah.
Just because. But then I do think divorce is like like they were together for so long. Like, even like sometimes when I see her talking, I see him talking, I'm just like, wow. Like, especially like growing up watching them together, it's like, okay, like now I feel like this is not my business no more. Like, I felt like, you know, when you feel like a fly in an uncomfortable wall, like, I shouldn't be seeing this, I shouldn't be hearing this anymore. Is it getting quite sad? No, it was sad already, but it's just like,
it's really, really,
even how he was talking, like, I think he said a bit in the video, like, oh, now coming out of the relationship, he never loved her. And it's just like, you were married for 12 years or however long they were, and now you want to come on public internet to be like, you...
But no, I wasn't.
You were going to say how I said public.
You know, you said a couple of things. The conversation was too deep.
But now you want to come and say, you know, I just feel like, okay, this is becoming like, you don't need to say this. You don't need to say that. You lot just handle your business. It's just a bit...
But do you know what? It's well that when you have a public breakup, it's kind of the way he said, I never loved her. And like you said, like, you were married, like, how can you say that publicly as well? Like, I never loved her. Like, what do you mean you never loved her?
Like, you guys have been through, and it's like, told you to stay.
And it's like, is that what he said?
No, I'm just saying, like, no one put a gun to your head and told you to stay.
And it's like, a lot of boys want a partner that you build from the scratch up. Like, before all of that, like, you two work together. That's why it's so scary when there'll be girls that'll be loyal and they will really help you. They'll build the man. Like, they will put themselves back, babe.
Yeah,
they'll hold themselves
back
and be
to
like,
build a guy,
and then for them to say, I never
loved on them. And what I find sad is that, like, obviously she said that he cheated and she took him back and stuff. And in them moments, you're begging for someone to take you back. You're like crying, you're acting all upset, and this person actually goes out of, like, you know, like, put aside their morals to take you back for you later to be like, I cheated, you knew I cheated and you still took me back. Like, you know, like, them things that it just goes to show, like, oh, do you know what? Don't even take these cheating guys back, because they were acting all sorry and sad at the time, and like, they can't eat and they can't breathe and they can't sleep.
They can't do nothing, and they'll be really crying, and you'll really be thinking, and you'll feel sorry for them.
Like, you'll be thinking, oh my God, he's hurting.
Yeah, like, he can't live without me. Like, he actually needs me. Like, you really be feeling bad for leaving them.
For what they've done.
Yeah,
and then later on, they want to see you as some sort of
weak person. Yeah, you knew I was about.
For something you begged me to do. So
honestly, like, I think when you hear these things, it does make me like be like, once they cheat once, like, guys, just go. Like, it's very rare.
Yeah.
I think it's very rare.
Yeah.
And we always say cheating's a choice. Like, it's a choice. Adjo, you said it so perfect when we were having this conversation. You said something like, you're the type that like some things, like, with our jobs, okay, so our jobs are so important to us, so we can get in a situation where we have to weigh it out, and it's like, actually, if this risks me losing something that I love so much, I've worked so hard for, I put all this commitment in, it's not worth it for, like, it's literally always over like a 5-minute like enjoyment.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you really love this thing?
Oh yeah.
If you're
I was saying to Maz, because like we were saying how men are so weak and cheating, but then I was trying to understand their mind, like, okay, maybe it's hard for them to say no, but then I was saying for women, they can really love their careers. Like, for example, us, we can really love our career, and we kind of weigh up, like, okay, if I do this could jeopardize my career.
The brands, like, even something simple as brands,
it could jeopardize my future working with this brand. So do you know what? I'm just gonna not do that because I don't want I don't want to jeopardize that.
Yeah, because
you value it so much.
Yeah, and you actually think for you to. Because it's so, I get it. Some things can just be handed to you on a plate and it looks like glitter and gold and you're just like, oh my God. But then you have to really deep it like, wait, this is not the long-term thing. Like, this has always been a long-term thing. So it's like you boys, like, especially when you chase a girl, like, how can you guys chase a girl for so long? A girl's really there supporting and then a quickie with a Mickey.
Literally. And even with the work thing, the only way I would like, you know, try low-key finesse stuff is because I feel like I could get away with it. Or I feel like even if I got caught, I could low-key worm my way out of it.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's how I was saying, okay, no, even with cheating, as men, nah, like I just don't see it as an excuse, especially if it's not a one-night stand type
and
of
I
thing.
feel like it's unfortunate, but if he wants to, he will. Like, boys, you know, when it's like like, you know, they know that if I cheat on my girl, like, it's done.
She's not,
and it's so important for a lot of us now. Like, we need to work together, girls. We all need to come together, and once we all let them know, once you do it once, that's it. They have to all pattern up because they're not getting anywhere.
Yeah, men, if they go to one, they F up and they clock. Yeah, they're not playing about. They go to another. Okay, I guess these girls are actually strong in their morals.
Can't manipulate them anymore.
Can't manipulate them anymore. Then they'll start low-key. I mean, we might have to go through a few generations, but maybe by the time we get to the third generation, they've clocked the pattern now. We're not playing.
Yeah, girls, we should just, once they do it once, I know, but you know what they always say, that there's factors, there's kids, there's all of that. But you lot that had kids, what were you doing then? Like, you should have saw your kids as just as important before you cheated. So we should be thinking like, oh my God, I've got kids. No, you shouldn't have cheated. You know we've got kids.
Exactly.
You know.
It should even be harder at that point.
They should be harder.
Wow. Anyway, guys, you know, let us know your thoughts. #PressedPodcast.
And we'll see you guys next week. Bye. Thank you so much for watching our peaches. Remember, you can listen to every episode of Press on BBC Sounds and be the first to see more from us right here. Make sure you guys are subscribed to BBC Sounds YouTube channel.